Hey, so let's talk about color in Vega-Lite. So for that, when you actually want to change colors in Vega-Lite, there are multiple things that you can do. The most common one that I've been using during the examples is just changing the scheme that you use. And if you take a look, this is actually the documentation for color schemes for Vega. Remember that Vega, it's the underlying library that it's actually compiling all of the simplified versions that you can build on Vega-Lite. So here you have a list of all the possible schemes that you can use. It's very similar to D3 scale chromatic. You have some that are categorical, as you see here, some sequential ones that, and again, these should be used for categorical variables. These ones should be used for quantitative variables. If you want multi-hue, then you can get these ones. And one of the nice things with Vega-Lite is, and maybe you saw me doing that in some of the demos, is that you can actually use some of these multi-hue ones like turbo or spectral might be here too, to try to generate a quantitative or rather categorical color scale for categorical variables, but using like these multi-hues. So with that, actually, you can get non-repeating colors across many of those. So those are the ones for that. And then finally, you might see like the divergence scales. There is a very good documentation for all of those things, so it's quite easy. And again, the recommendation is just stick to the defaults. If you want, you can also define your own color scales. Remember that when you're creating a scale, you can define the domain and the range. So if you're if you're assigning a field that is categorical, you can just say .scale and then use domain and range and set your specific colors if you want to do that. So hopefully that's what you need for working with colors with Vega-Lite.